66 million years ago, when an asteroid slammed into Earth and wiped out every dinosaur in a single day, one more creature went extinct that same day. Scientists only ever found its fossils. Not one living specimen ever. Every textbook, every museum said the same thing. Extinct 66 million years ago. Case closed, story over. This fish wasn't just a name, it was an entire chapter of evolution, closed forever. Then in 1938, on a small harbor in South Africa, a fishing boat pulled in its net, and what was inside shook the entire scientific world. Here's the crazy part. This fish, declared dead for 66 million years, is alive right now, this exact second, somewhere in the ocean. And the most shocking twist in this whole story is coming right at the end. Let's rewind a bit. 66 million years ago, a massive asteroid hit Earth. The impact wiped out more than 75% of all life on the planet. Every non-avian dinosaur, gone. Scientists call this the KPG extinction event. On that extinction list was a fish family called the coelacanth. No ordinary fish. Its fins were built with bones and muscle inside them, completely different from the thin, simple fins of modern fish. Scientists call this a lobe-finned fish. Its lineage went back 400 million years, 170 million years older than the dinosaurs themselves. Fossils made it very clear. This fish went extinct alongside the dinosaurs. Not a single living specimen ever found, just ancient shapes locked in stone. This wasn't a guess, it was based on decades of research. Scientists were so confident the coelacanth was extinct that they turned it into an index fossil, meaning if a coelacanth fossil showed up in a rock layer, that layer was automatically dated to 66 million years, no questions asked. Kind of like recognizing a building's era just from its architecture. This fish had literally become a tool for measuring geological time. Think about that, a creature so completely gone forever that its name became a scientific instrument. And yet, in 1938, something happened that nobody saw coming. How that was even possible, the real answer is still a little further away. First, let's get the whole story. The 23rd of December, 1938, East London, South Africa. A fishing trawler pulls back into dock with the day's catch. Museum curator Marjorie Courtenay-Latimer, who regularly checked local fishermen's catches for anything unusual, shows up at the harbor, like always. Buried in the pile, she finds a fish she's never seen before, deep steel blue, thick armor-like scales, and fins that don't look like fins at all. They look like small limbs. Marjorie knows immediately. This is something different. She has the fish preserved and sends a sketch to ichthyologist J.L.B. Smith. When Smith saw that sketch, his hands were literally shaking, because the fish in that drawing only existed in one place, 66 million-year-old fossils. Smith named the fish Latimeria in Marjorie's honor. The discovery set off a worldwide sensation at the time. People genuinely believed it might be a lost human ancestor. Expeditions launched across the globe, all racing to catch a second living coelacanth. So far, this is already an insane story. But if you think that's the whole story, stop right there. The real twist isn't what you've heard yet. Because 60 years later, on the exact opposite side of the world, something was found that cracked this entire mystery wide open, again. September 1997, Sulawesi, Indonesia, roughly 10,000 kilometers from Africa. Marine biologist Mark Erdman is on his honeymoon with his wife Arnez. Walking through a local fish market, Arnez spots something on a cart, a fish that looks exactly like the African coelacanth. That was supposed to be impossible. Coelacanths were only ever found near the Comoro Islands. That was confirmed scientific fact. Erdman photographs it, but doesn't buy it in time, and it's sold before he can act. Over the next 10 months, he interviews more than 200 fishermen and collects ocean depth and temperature data. all just to find one more specimen. Finally, on the 30th of July, 1998, a fisherman named Om Lame Sonatham catches a second coelacanth alive. When the DNA results came back, they were shocking. This wasn't the same species at all. It was an entirely different, independently surviving species, Latimeria menadoensis. Local fishermen actually called it Raja Laut, meaning king of the sea. To them, it was never some big secret, just another fish that occasionally turned up in a net. For the first time, the world realized the coelacanth hadn't survived in just one place. It had been quietly alive in two different oceans, as two different species, the entire time. So back to the question from the very start, why does this fish even matter? Because the coelacanth belongs to an ancient lineage directly tied to how fish evolved to walk on land. The bones inside its fins are arranged in a pattern that resembles limbs. For decades, scientists actually believed this was our missing link, a distant human ancestor. But the real reason turned out to be something else entirely. That title, it turns out, belongs to a different, far less famous fish, the lungfish. The coelacanth isn't the missing link. It's more like an ancient cousin. Still, this family surviving at all is an evolutionary miracle on its own. Now, the part I promised you at the very beginning. In 2021, French scientists studied coelacanth scales under polarized light, essentially reading them like tree rings. For decades, everyone assumed coelacanths only lived to around 20 years old. But when the real number came back, it turned out to be the most shocking part of this entire story. Coelacanths can live up to 100 years. Females don't even reach maturity until they're 55 to 66 years old, males somewhere between 40 and 69, and their pregnancy lasts 5 years. 5 years, the longest gestation period of any known vertebrate on Earth. A creature once declared completely extinct turns out to be so slow, so patient, that a single pregnancy can outlast your entire time in school. So next time someone confidently says that's extinct, remember the coelacanth. That 66 million year extinct label was never proof, it was just missing evidence. The things we assume are gone forever are sometimes just hiding from us, out of sight, deep in dark water, quietly living on their own timeline. If this story blew your mind, drop a comment. What other extinct species do you think could still be out there somewhere? Subscribe and stick around, because that's exactly what we're hunting down next.